can hear everybody. All right, y'all. Welcome to, what is this, episode 162 of Genius Take the Wheel. Boring NYC edition. Sorry. Why am I coming to you 11 hours late? Well, where should I begin? After we got to the airport. But anyway, before I get to why this stream is late, I am going to do a little bit of housekeeping. If you're a part of Replay Gang, I salute you. This is episode 162, and this is Genius Take the Wheel. I am Dr. Evil Genius, all that good stuff. Back in New York City after a very educational lived experience in Berlin, Germany. I know that if I get a like before I get a viewer, it is probably Mrs. Evil. Want to wave to yourself, Mrs. Evil? There you go. That's great. Okay. Yep. Little peck dance for the camera. I had to do leg day later in the day than I really wanted to, because I was just really not in any real good physical condition to try to do my lift at the time that I really wanted to do it, which would have been in that 6:30 a.m. 7 a.m. time slot. So today I really was not in good condition even when I did get to the gym. So I had to make some alterations to the program where I would be working really hard, but not enough where I could lose focus and get injured. Or my body might just, reject the work and then something tears. Not really looking to get anything torn. So, Midmo! I didn't see you in JD's stream, but I'm glad that you're here. Midmo's in the building. So today I've basically decided I am not going to. Oh, he was on toward the end. I'm not going to try to keep pushing the leg press at 545. Today I did 3 sets of 3 at 495, and then I did 2 sets of 15 at 315. Then I did 5 sets of 5 in the leg curl at 170, and then I worked my way up to 3 sets of 5 at 220 pounds on the leg extension machine. Then I warmed up with a standing lateral raise machine. Then I went to the seated barbell overhead press, military style. I got up to a working 3 sets of 5 at 115 pounds because I just did not want to use the Smith machine the way that it was set up. They had some decline bench over there, and I didn't want to deal with all of that weird stuff. So I just decided that I was just going to go to the seated overhead barbell. I did that, and then I went to an overhead press machine, and I did 3 sets of 5 working weight at 110 pounds on the machine. And then I finished it up with some dumbbell lateral raise. I did 3 sets of 12 with the 20-pound dumbbells, and my shoulders were sufficiently cooked. And so now I am on my way home. I love PM workouts. I'm about to resume my workouts. My ribs are mostly better. Um, don't I would say test it really light going in, but if your body starts whining, go a little bit heavier. And if your body continues to whine, shut it down mid-mo. Also hit the like button for me, please. So why did I have to go so late in the day? Number one, let me tell you how much of the real MVP that Mrs. Evil and Joy Walking are. They came out today and they basically was like, yo, you need to get your workout in. You also need to get your sleep. Why is it that Apple's calling this Lincoln Highway? That's funny. Seditionalist is here. So this is what I'm actually I'm going to talk to you about today, Stad, and I'm glad that you that you're here for this. Stad, I just want to see him just go off in the comments because he's going to go off. Okay. Do it. So the reason why I needed to do a PM workout is because our flight was supposed to take off at 7:20 Berlin time and arrive in New York at 10 p.m. New York time. So, what did they do? Well, Staditionalist was in the comment section for yesterday's stream when they delayed the flight until they claimed 10:55 p.m. Berlin time. 10:15, which would have been under the 3-hour mark by 5 minutes, right? Oh, Tribal Queen! We got another person hit the like button. That's what's up. Okay, so all right, me and Tribal Queen were in JD's chat, be like no Diddy, pretty much half the time. Shout out to you. So Staditionalist, you were in the comments when we were like really struggling to get to the airport, and we got to the airport, and there was some more weird stuff going on, some stuff that made things more complicated than it needed to be. I almost like went crazy on the Berlin's customs guy because we went through security and they were like, oh yeah, you need to go through security again. And I'm like, what do you think? We're like some super terrorists or something? Like, what did your scans not catch the first time? You're going to catch the second time. But then they let us through without sending us all the way through security again. I was really about to go crazy, right? But we get there and they didn't even have a gate for us. And they said that they would announce the gate at like 9:45 Berlin time. So we're like, okay, we're gonna go to this restaurant in the airport, and shout out to this one particular restaurant in Berlin. The food was actually good. The burger was messy, but it was messy because they basically just tried to put everything that they had in the kitchen in the burger. Except there was no bacon in my burger, which makes it not a real burger. But regardless of that, so I am crashing after a heavy workout. And my earphones. It says speed limit camera ahead. Yeah, I think I'm going to be using Apple CarPlay for, going forward. I guess I'll talk to the people about that later. But anyway, so I fall asleep. I grab my little donut pillow neck thing. I put my face on it. I was knocked out. Mrs. Evil goes to get information and then finds out, oh, they're boarding the plane. Well, you didn't even tell us that there was a gate, and you want to talk about all this boarding shit? So I got kind of pissed off and I was groggy. And then we get there and they claim that there's some sort of security issue because Apparently, some people had somebody else's boarding passes or something. It looked real weird.
No, they just needed their boarding passes for Prince, and they didn't have somebody else's boarding
Oh,
passes.
I mean,
They just needed their boarding passes for Prince.
oh, well, it looked crazy and
They
strange.
probably had a seat change.
And then they had us standing there for like a long ass time. And then when they actually let us through and they took our boarding passes and looked at our passports again, then we were standing in the hallway leading to the entrance to the airplane for what, another half an hour? So they're,
They scanned boarding passes when they weren't actually ready to put people on the plane.
yeah. And then when they were ready to put people on the plane, oh, we need to see it again. So Seditionalist was like, you should know, this is a flight originating in the EU. You're probably going to be entitled to some kind of compensation or whatever, based upon how long the delay was. So when Mrs. Evil went to the window to inquire about it, they said, "Oh, you would only be entitled to compensation." Have audio now? Okay, yeah, someone was trying to call me. I was going to let it go to voicemail. All right, so we're standing there for like a long ass time, and then they finally let us board the plane. But now we're getting past the 3 hour mark. So me and Mrs. Evil, like, we're looking at each other, and we're just kind of counting it down. And these motherfuckers took off 5 minutes before the 4 hour mark. So apparently, they say on long haul flights, you are only entitled to compensation if the delay is 4 hours or more. Oh, come on. You said that had audio back, and then everything froze?
Yeah, now there's no video whatsoever. Video just froze off.
Oh,
Video, no audio.
come on. Oh, we have audio, no video.
Still here.
All right, so people are still able to hear me?
Yeah, they got audio. You keep talking.
All right, sorry about this. I don't know what just went wrong. Somebody tried to call me, and it messed everything up. So sorry about the visual, but just know that I pretty much look the same, even though I'm frozen. Okay, so so
Stop being popular, bro.
if the if the delay was 4 hours on a long haul flight, then we would be entitled to compensation. These bitches took off at 3 hours and 55 minutes of delay. It was almost like they knew that they had a window to waste our time, and they took it. So we didn't get home until 2 a.m. We were supposed to get home at 10 p.m. And I had a client that I work with at 5 a.m. So I literally slept for 1 hour and then jumped up. My client didn't even show up for the session. So I had to jump up, get dressed, go to the session. That the client didn't show up. Like, it was just a horrible situation. I had no sleep. But the experience on the plane was pretty good. I got to give them that kind of credit. The experience on the plane was decent enough. Um, And Mrs. Evil had a movie that she really wanted to see for the fifth time, ready to go on the iPad, and she really did enjoy it. And so what? No, I think it's my headset. Let me just make sure it's actually my headset.
I can still hear you anyway.
Yeah, sometimes it does that.
You don't want to pull in closer?
Oh, my bad. Um, yeah, so they wasted a bunch of our time. I was not able to get the sleep that I needed, and then Mrs. Evil was like, "Well, I'm not going into work today. I'll sit in the car for you, and you can go hit your leg day." That's the kind of MVP type shit that the ladies do for me to make sure that leg day doesn't get skipped. So, how long was the delay upon arrival? Yeah, it was 4 hours.
No, but I don't know what time we landed.
Yeah, we landed at about one something.
We got home at 2 a.m., but I don't remember
Yeah,
what
we
time we
got
actually
home at
touched
almost
ground.
exactly 2. So yeah, it was like, we were supposed to land at 10. We landed at 1, and we got home by 2, thankfully. So yeah, I'm just very thankful that it worked out the way that it did. Um, because the ladies are always taking care of the things that I need taken care of. So um, yeah, the financial comp is depending on delay upon arrival. They need to get you to your destination no more than 4 hours late. Yeah, they ended up taking a different route, and um, they got us there 3 hours late instead. So um, it was almost like they knew that they could waste a bit of our time and still collect all of our money. But Norse Atlantic, I have to give them credit. The food actually tastes pretty good. Um, yeah, the food tastes pretty good. The staff, did their job. Um, um, it wasn't that part wasn't horrible. The premium economy, which is their version of business, really. I mean, it really is their version of business. It was definitely better than economy. Um, and I would say it was better than premium economy, even though that's what they call it. So, um, shout out to them. They made um,
Sorry.
oh, okay. Eggs. Oh, I thought there was like an existential crisis happening. And they're like, oh, it's the eggs. Just trying to make this Yui without crashing into anything or anyone. Yeah. So, yeah. Um, so of course they know 600 euros plus processing fee times 250 passengers is over $15,000 in losses. Yeah, but so what? Maybe $150,000 in losses. Um, but yeah, I don't care. I would love to save some euros right now. You know what I mean? But anyway, they did their jobs in the end. We got home, but it really wrecked a lot of like what I wanted to do. And Mrs. Evil and Joy Walking, they really did a great job of making sure I could get my leg day in today. Um, so yeah, I'm very grateful for getting home safely. Me and Mrs. Evil, we will be recording a video about our experiences in Berlin. So definitely take some time out to watch that when it goes live. And as always, y'all, um, if you believe yourself to be strong, you're absolutely correct. You've earned the right to that belief, and together we will get stronger. I will see you guys again on this channel on Saturday for episode 163. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.